Hey guys, I am back to do a wrap-up video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think my last one was in February, and it kind of wrapped up all the books that I read in January and February. This one's going to wrap up all the books that I've read for March, April, May, June, and July. A lot of time has passed, and I've only really read like 5 actual books. However, 2 of those were extremely huge textbooks that I had to read for school, and then once summer started is when I actually started reading more real books that I've wanted to read. The 2 textbooks I had to read was Cultural Anthropology, which was for my anthropology class, and Discovering the Humanities, which was for my humanities class. Both of those were very, very grueling reads. I didn't enjoy them at all. So we all know how those work. Nothing exciting to talk about, so I'll just leave it at that. And going on with the books that I read last month, which was July, I read The Magic of Finkelton by Casey Hilton, as well as its sequel, Return to Finkelton. If you haven't seen it already, I did a video review covering both of these books, and I'll link that down below. And I've also done written reviews for these as well, so if you want to go check those out, they will be right down there. They're both really good middle grade fantasies, so if you like those kind of books, I definitely recommend these. And then lastly, I finally read Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, the second book in the Hunger Games series. And I think we all know that this book is absolutely fantastic. Mind you, I did not like it as much as The Hunger Games. I know a lot of people either like this more or Mockingjay, but The Hunger Games was just, there's so much going on. I think the only reason why I didn't think it was as good as the first book was just because of maybe the pacing. Spoiler alert for people who haven't read this yet. Before she goes back into the arena, Katniss, I think it needed that time to kind of build up, and it needed that kind of slower pace in order to kind of build up to that big, that big twist. However, once it gets into the arena, I think it should have been just constant action. Still gotta have that character development in there here and there, but I felt there were some moments when it spent maybe a bit too much time in Katniss's head. Hope I'm not making anybody mad by saying that, but trust me, I loved this book to death, and that's very, very minor, but I kind of knew what Katniss was thinking. I had a really good idea of what she was thinking and what was going through her head, and I feel like some of that in the arena part of the book could have been cut down just a little bit, just to kind of amp up the pace just a bit more at times. That's not saying that it was not fast paced, because it really was, but there were just moments when I felt like it was starting to get a little too much in her head. She kept mentioning, I gotta keep Peeta alive, I gotta keep Peeta alive. And then after a while, I kind of felt like that was kind of repeating. I felt like some of those could have been cut down. Just kind of things like that where I felt like there should have been even more action going on in that scene. Like I said, that is not saying that I did not absolutely love every bit of this book. It was fantastic. I felt it really lived up to the first book. So those are all the books that I read from March all the way to July. I know it's not a whole lot, but like I said, those textbooks were huge. However, I already have finished a certain book this month already, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Oh my gosh, you guys, that book. So I should be doing either a video review of that soon or a written review. Most likely a written review, because it seems like everybody's reviewed that book already, so I might just do kind of a brief written review, just kind of telling my thoughts. But it was absolutely incredible, and I will just go ahead and say that never once in my life have I ever cried in a book. There are times when I've gotten choked up a little bit, but for the most part I am like 98% robot. But I will say, reading The Fault in Our Stars, I was sobbing uncontrollably, and I'm not joking when I say that. And right now I am reading 100 Candles by Mara Pernhagen. This is the second book in the Past Midnight series. I really love Past Midnight. I just thought it was a really good ghost story, so I was excited to finally start reading this book. It's really good so far, very fast paced, and it shouldn't take me very long to finish it. Anyway, that is all from me right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.